I mean, on my own. There are certain blessings you get on your own, but there are certain blessings you will never get until you become planted in a church. Let me ask you, are you planted in whatever church you claim to attend? It's not just enough to attend a church. Let me give you 6 things that show you that you are planted or you are not planted. Number 1, a planted person in the church is someone who has joined the membership of that church. You have gone through the membership classes. You have gone through the foundation and membership classes. You've been baptized in water. And you have been accepted into membership to the point that your name is on the register as it is here on earth. So that's the first evidence. You have joined the church in membership. The second evidence of someone who is planted is that you attend normal and special services, not Sunday service. I said normal and special services. Normal services include prayer meeting. Normal services include teaching services. Normal services include Sunday services, and special services include seminars, conferences, and convention. That is the second emblem, the second badge, the second identification mark, the second indices, the second evidence that you are planted in the church. You attend normal and special service. Number 3 evidence that you belong, you have really joined a church, because people assume I can be blessed no matter what my nature is. The church of God is the most important instrument to God in this world now. It's called the pillar and the ground of truth. And the Bible tells us in 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 15 that you and I need to know how we ought to behave ourselves in the church of the living God, which is the pillar and the ground of truth. So you need to know how to behave yourself in the church of God. The third evidence that you are planted in the church is that it is the place you are involved in tithing and in keeping the storehouse in that church. You bring your tithe, not send your tithe. You don't break your tithe. You bring your tithe in a complete form to that church, and you help in maintaining the storehouse. The storehouse. So nobody can call himself a husband in a particular house who does not maintain the storehouse in that house. He has to make sure there is food in that storehouse. So you cannot maintain, I'm a member of this church, if you are not involved in tithing and making sure by various forms of donation you maintain the storehouse. The fourth identification of the membership of a church is your commitment to the vision of that church. Commitment to the vision. What is the vision of the church that you attend? To what extent are you committed to it? To what extent do you breathe and live and eat and dream the vision of the church? To what extent is the vision of the church part of your life? Are you committed to the vision of that church? Vision is what makes a church to be different from another church. Every church has their every church possesses a particular vision, which is the reason for their being, which is the reason why God set them up and God made them different from another church. The fifth evidence of your membership of a church is your submission to the local leadership. Your submission, to be submitted absolutely without a negotiation to the local leadership. You can be blessed as a person, but there is a limit to that kind of a blessing. There is a blessing that comes upon you because you fellowship with other brethren. The Bible tells us in Ephesians 4:3, endeavoring to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Psalm 133 verse 1, behold how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's like the precious ointment upon the head of Aaron that goes to his beard and percolates to his dress, even to the skirt of his garment. So there are certain blessings that will not come upon you because you are not entrenched and enshrined in a particular setting that have a covenant with God. So the fifth evidence of your involvement and membership in a particular church is your submission to the local leadership. Absolute commitment, absolute submission to the local leadership. The word of the leadership, the wishes of the leadership is your command. When they say don't, you say don't. When they say do, you say do. That is how it is. That's the fifth evidence. You know, you are submitted. The Bible tells us, children, obey your parents in the Lord. Honor your father, your mother, that may be well with you. So it's important for you to have a place where you are submitted, where if you have an issue with your partner, where you have an issue with other people, they can rebuke you, they can correct you, they can firmly tell you, sit down, stand up, stop that. That is the fifth evidence of your members. So these things are important, but people assume I can be blessed anyhow. Well, you can be blessed to some extent if you are a charismatic maniac, and if you cruise around, go from one church to another church, no fixed spiritual address. You are here today, you are there tomorrow. No absolute commitment to one place. Yeah, you can be blessed to some extent. But a tree that is always uprooting itself and going around, it will never come to a point where it can have flowers or have leaves on it. And that is why it's time for you to settle down, put your roots downward and bear fruit upward. Isaiah 39:31 says, the remnant of Judah shall yet take roots downward and bear fruit upward. Then the sixth evidence or indices of your membership or commitment to local assembly is when you participate